No matter how hard we try to avoid accidents or insurance scams, we can't control the actions of others, whether it's another driver making a reckless move or a pedestrian suddenly stepping into traffic. In just a split second, a normal drive can turn into a serious problem, and without evidence, the truth can easily be twisted. That's why a dashcam is no longer just a gadget, but a vital tool that protects you by showing exactly what really happened. So, in today's video, I'm going to show you how to install an integrated FITCAMX dashcam on a BMW F11 in just a few minutes without affecting the look of the interior or leaving any annoying visible cables. Besides showing you the camera itself and how to install it, I'll also show you how it works, what options and features it offers, and at the end we'll take a look at some actual footage recorded with it so you can get an idea of the image quality. I won't make this introduction any longer, so let's get started. This is the front plus rear dashcam kit that I bought for my client from FITCAMX. You can find the camera on the FITCAMX website, and in order to find the correct model, all you have to do is use the search option and select the make and model of your car. Once we get to the product page, we can see that this dashcam is available in several configurations. We have the 4K front camera version with 64GB of storage, the 2K front and 1080p rear version also with 64GB of storage, as well as the 4K front and 1080p rear version with 128GB of storage. If you're not sure about compatibility with your vehicle, you can contact FITCAMX directly and they can tell you exactly which version is suitable for your car. The FITCAMX cameras also come with 1-year warranty and worldwide shipping is available. For this BMW F11, I'll be installing the version with a 4K front camera and the 1080p rear camera. Since I've installed FITCAMX products before, they also gave me a 10% discount code FITCAMX10, which you can use for all products available on their website. To keep this video from getting too long, I'll only be showing the installation of the front camera. The rear camera installation is basically the same as in my other FITCAMX front and rear dashcam tutorials, which I've linked in the description below. You can also check those videos to see the image quality and actual footage recorded by the rear camera. We open the box and the first thing we notice is the 128GB memory card. Inside we find two more boxes, one labeled dashcam and the other accessories. We'll start with the dashcam box, and the first things we find are the fuse tabs, available in several different sizes. These are required if you want to power the camera directly from the car's fuse box, which allows you to use parking mode. However, on this BMW F11, I'm going to power the camera from the rain sensor instead, because the installation is much faster and doesn't require any work on the fuse box. Next we have the rear camera. As I mentioned before, I won't be showing its installation in this video because it would make the video much too long. Also, I already have several videos on my channel showing rear camera installations, which you can watch if you want to see how it's done. Next we have the two parts of the front camera housing. After taking them out of the box, we can see the camera lens protected by a film, and on the side we have two buttons, one for starting and stopping the recording and the other one for taking photos. We can also see three small openings here for the status LED, the reset button and the microphone. After clipping the two halves of the camera together, we can also see the memory card slot. Inside the housing we find the two connection cables, one intended for the rear camera and the other one for the front camera, which I'll power from the vehicle's rain sensor using the Y adapter that I'm going to show you in a moment. Now let's move on to the accessories box. Inside you'll find a plastic trim removal tool customized with the FITCAMX logo. It has two ends, one metal and one plastic, allowing us to remove the interior trim pieces without damaging them. Next we have the microSD card reader, which comes with both USB-A and USB-C connectors, making it very easy to download the recordings directly to a computer or smartphone. And the last important accessory is the Y or bypass adapter that I mentioned earlier. The front camera power cable connects to this black cylindrical port. The red connector plugs into the car's original rain sensor port to provide power to the camera, while the original rain sensor connector connects to the other black port so it can continue to work exactly as before. Finally, we have the instruction manual, and on the cover we can also find the QR code for downloading the app. The manual is quite detailed and can help you if you encounter any problems while installing or using the camera. Personally, I never had any problems installing a FITCAMX camera, so I'll just skip to the installation part. Before we start removing the original housing, there's a simple way to make this process much easier. We can actually check the clipping system of the original housing by looking at the aftermarket camera housing, because both of them use exactly the same mounting system. This allows us to see in advance where the clips are located and how we need to work on the housing in order to remove it without forcing or damaging anything. Now we take a plastic trim removal tool and insert it into the gap between the two halves of the original housing. We gently push without using too much force, and as you can see, the two parts separate very easily. Placed next to each other, we can see that both the aftermarket housing and the original housing use exactly the same clipping system. This means that installation of the new housing will be very simple and will basically be done in the same way as the original one. Next, we need to disconnect the original rain sensor connector. After that, we take the bypass adapter and connect the rain sensor connector into the dedicated port on the adapter. Next, we take the aftermarket red connector and plug it into the original rain sensor port. As you can see, the camera is already powered because the ignition is on, but if you want to use parking mode, you have to connect the hardwire kit to the fuse box. Now we take the connector intended for the rear camera and hide it underneath the headliner so that no cables remain visible. After that, we also hide the remaining cables inside the rear view mirror housing. Finally, I take the other half of the front camera housing and clip it into its final position. And as you can see, the installation is extremely discreet and maintains the original look of the interior. This is what the camera looks like after installation. Now let me quickly show you how the app works. The app is available on both the App Store and Google Play. You can easily find it by searching for FITCAMX in the search bar or by scanning the QR code from the instruction manual. After downloading and opening the app, before continuing, we need to make sure that both Wi-Fi and location are enabled on the phone. We then follow the instructions displayed on the screen and connect to the dashcam through its Wi-Fi network. The password is 123456778. We wait until we receive the notification saying that we are connected to a Wi-Fi network without internet access. After that, we return to the app and wait a few moments for it to connect to the dashcam. Once we reach the main menu, we can see the live image transmitted by the camera, and from the live view section we can also switch to full screen mode. Back in the main menu, we can turn the microphone on or off. If you also install the rear camera, on the left side we have the switch between cameras button, which allows us to change the camera displayed in the live view menu. We also have the start-stop recording and capture buttons, and the same functions are also available directly from the buttons on the front camera. In the Camera Files menu, located on the left side of the main page, we can find all the files saved by the camera. Here we have the recorded video files, the screenshots, which as you can see have very good image quality, as well as the locked files. The locked section automatically stores protected files in the event of an impact, as well as recordings that we choose to save manually. Here we can also find the files recorded in parking mode. However, this will only be available if you choose a power connection that supports parking mode, for example through the OBD port or directly from the fuse box. You can also purchase one of the options from FITCAMX. From the camera settings menu, we can change the video recording resolution. In the loop recording section, we can select the duration of each individual video file, and separately we can also adjust the camera's impact sensitivity level. There are several other settings that you can customize according to your preferences, but they're all very easy to understand and configure, so you shouldn't have any problems using the app. Now let me show you some actual footage recorded with this camera so you can get an idea of the image quality. As you could see, the camera provides very good image quality and details are captured clearly both during the day and in lower light conditions. Another major advantage is how discreet it is. Since it's integrated into the original housing, it maintains the OEM look of the interior. The installation is also very simple and can be completed in just a few minutes without leaving any visible cables or making any permanent modifications to the car. And considering what it offers, I think the price is quite affordable, especially if you're looking for a dashcam that doesn't stand out inside the vehicle. Overall, if you're looking for a discreet dashcam that is easy to install and provides very good image quality, FITCAMX is definitely an option worth considering. If you found today's video helpful, don't forget to leave a like and hit the subscribe button for more content like this. Until the next video, goodbye.